teach music history and music business at the True School of Music, India's #1 music school. That's an unusual career to start with right there. And you don't just walk in and say, I want to teach music history. I want to teach music business. I've also been a nightclub DJ. I've been a sound engineer. I've sang on jingles. I've been a rock star. I've been a nightclub DJ for 18 years. I programmed FM radio, some of the biggest networks in the country. I started and I programmed, and they continue in their success today. None of these jobs are jobs where people wake up in the 80s and say, I want to program FM radio, I want to be a club DJ, I want to be a rock star. Or maybe 30 years later, I want to teach music business and music history and enjoy doing it. It's like, I heard a story a long time ago about how to correctly lay down a garden path. When you have a garden and there's trees and bushes and flowers in the garden, and you want to put a concrete path for people to walk through. The logical way is to draw a line, so you don't hit anything, and just put concrete on that. That becomes your path. But apparently the correct thing to do, the right way to do this, is to allow people to walk through the garden by themselves for a short while. During that time, they lay down an organic path in the grass. So after a few days, you just look at where the grass is worn and lay the path down there. Sometimes it's the most logical things. Sometimes it's the most organic way to get from A to B. Whatever it is, it's the human way. And that's a metaphor for life. We do need to plan things. We can't just march up to a bridge and say, let's cross it when we come there, and realize we've got no wood and no rope. At the same time, you can't stay put and say, what if we need to build a bridge? We won't be able to do it. Let's just stay here. There is a middle line. And I think that middle line lies in the difference between wanting to be something and wanting to do something. And wanting to be something is much more of an end goal. It's much more of a momentary burst of happiness. Wanting to do something, wanting to actually do that, whether it's DJing at a nightclub and in the 8th hour of a 10-hour set, the passion, the drive is still to keep the dance floor packed. If the DJ doesn't have that drive, they wouldn't care about what they're doing. Scientifically or artistically makes no difference, but with that drive, it brings out the art. It also brings out the science. It allows people like me to think up hypotheses where I believe there's one perfect song for a DJ or radio programmer to play at any one point in time to achieve their goals. One song. That's a scientific thing to say, not an artistic thing to say. And when you do these things day in, day out, you think in both a scientific and an artistic way. As a rock star, as a rock singer, legitimately, I was a rock star. The job is to keep people happy, keep people energized, and actually give them some value. Again, you can't create this. It has to happen, and then you realize, that's awesome what I'm doing. Teaching music business, teaching music history, probably the most rewarding thing I've ever done, because I'm actually encouraging young people to go through, not to do what I've done, but to go through the process that led to me doing the things that I do. People say, love what you do, and it's a very simple thing to say. They say, follow your passion. These things are all nice. Sometimes one has to allow things to happen, allow the wind to blow you in a certain direction, not get blown over, but nudge you in the right way. Once you do that, if it's something that you really want to do and not just be, you go all the way into it. Unorthodox careers, unusual career paths, they're not an option, they're a necessity. Allow them to happen. My name is Vehrnon, and this is my TEDx shot.